The Michigan State Spartans just got absolutely screwed, and I'm not happy about it. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron with my buddy Paul. We are the Big Ten guys on the daily, talking Big Ten sports, rumors, analysis, whatever the heck it is. We're going to talk about it right here, Big Ten. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and hit the like button. Helps out the algorithm, and it means a lot to us. Aaron is my name. Big Michigan State fan. It's been a bummer this year because football, there's not been a lot of great things to talk about, let's be honest. And while the Michigan State Spartans have been down, the NCAA has just came out and absolutely kicked them right in the gut and then cock back and kick them back in the head. It's just, it's not good. It's frustrating. And I want to say this off the start of the episode is simply put, I think it is stupid. I think it is incredibly stupid when the NCAA comes out and punishes a program for something that was done in the past by people who are no longer there. I understand. Sure, you want to find them money. I get it. But what is frustrating for the institution, for the football program, is the fact that it hurts current players that did nothing wrong. It is stupid. It makes no sense. If you remember back in USC, I was a big fan of Reggie Bush back in the day. I thought it was stupid that they took away his Heisman, did all this stuff because it's, in the name of college athletics. Okay, they gave it back to him recently, which they should have done a long time ago. But guess what? They did all that stuff to USC, and then Pete Carroll said, peace, I'm going to Seattle. What happened to Pete Carroll? Absolutely nothing. Who did this? We know who did this. It was Mel Tucker and his cronies. And it's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating because it doesn't affect him. Sure, he has a show clause in there where he's not going to be affected by it or whatever. I need to see the exact terminology on there, but it's I can't find it at the moment. I'll find it in a second. But basically, like he's going to find a job anyways right now for what he was let go of. He's not going to. So it's left to Michigan State. So we're gonna jump into this real quick. So if you haven't seen all the details, here's the details in a nutshell. Michigan State's going to be on a 3-year probation for a violation that occurred under Mel Tucker. What that was the violation occurred due to participation of 3 ineligible players. Now the Spartans will have to vacate 14 wins. Joke's on you, because guess what? That was Mel Tucker's 2 worst years, and then Jonathan Smith's first year. Shoot, while you're at it, just take the 3 wins we have this season like it matters. Have mercy. At least they didn't touch the Kenneth Walker year. Kenneth Walker, Jalen Naylor, Reed, Peyton Thorne when he was, I guess, somewhat okay. But I digress. They vacate 14 wins. That includes all 5 wins from last year. They will also be penalized $30,000 plus 1.5% of the football program's budget, which last year was $58.6 million. Million. Holy cow. If you do, listen, I'm a high school PE teacher. You do that math real quick. Based on last year's numbers, that would be just under $1 million. So it'd be just about $900,000. Okay, that's not the end of the world. But I think what's more frustrating is this. They face restrictions on official and unofficial visits, recruiting communications, recruiting persons' days, and off-campus recruiting contacts and evaluations over the next 3 freaking years. Talk about kicking a program while they're down. Have mercy. I'm not saying, let me say this, I'm not saying there shouldn't be consequences. I think what needs to be known is the fact that, again, the vast majority, this whole team, this whole institution, this whole program right now had nothing to do with this, and they are getting punished for it. It's stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, when anyone bets on sports, there's one thing they want to do, and it's simple. They want to catch that W. They want to win. They want to take home the cold hard cash. It's simple. And what if I told you there was an easier, smarter way to do it? Well, that is why my buddy and I teamed up with BetQL. BetQL helps you bet smarter by showing which bets have the best odds, hottest trends, and community-backed insights, all updated in real time. Those real-time updates can be across anything, including Big Ten games. And on top of that, what's really nice is it's easy to use. Just check the app before placing a bet to see where the smart money is going. It's not hard at all. So all you have to do to get in on this and not guess anymore on picks and do it the smarter way with BetQL is mention code GETBET5 for 15% off any purchase. Again, GetBet5 for 15% off. Download BetQL today and start betting smarter. It is stupid. Again, let me say, quote, for what occurred during Mel Tucker's tenure. It is so frustrating. We extended that guy's contract. All that stuff happened. He literally lived off, let's just be honest, he made his money off the Kenneth Walker year. That's what happened. Kenneth Walker was the diamond in the rough for him. And I'm not dogging on K9. I love K9. He's awesome. But it's just like he was riding it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. So again, what are your first reactions? We're going to talk about this a little more, obviously, but what are your first reactions when you saw this? What are your thoughts? Again, I think the NCAA is stupid. I think they're hypocrites. They make very dumb decisions that don't seem, fair at all. Again, I'll say this about Michigan. They get caught, this whole cheating thing, all these different things, and they get a little slap on the wrist. I don't see any wins vacated. And I'm not trying to be a bitter person, but it's just stupid. It's incredibly frustrating. Specifically, and here are the Mel Tucker. So you have the 2022, 2023, and the 2024 season. Guys, we have not, when's the last time we saw a victory in this decade was the Peach Bowl. Cal Holiday, you remember that pick? Gosh, I might cry. It was so beautiful. If I would have known that this was the direction Michigan State football was going, holy cow, I don't think any of us would have guessed it. I thought everyone was like, man, Mel Tucker's the guy. We're doing this. We're coming back to glory. No, but we offer a man who goes to Colorado, goes 5-7, and then goes the COVID year 2-5. He beats Michigan. I'll give him that. But then goes 11-2, riding on the coattails of an offense that was sorry. I'm getting so flustered. I'm sneezing. That literally, was they had so many offensive. Look at all the NFL weapons that team had. Obviously not Peyton Thorne. I know. Not trying to be disrespectful to him, but I liked him when he was on fire, and I was cheering for him at Auburn. I'll say that. But that being said, regardless, joke's on you, NCAA, because we barely have any wins to give up. More frustrating in this is the fact that Connor Stallion has to comment. Of course he does. So he says, hold on a second, hinting at the fact this win has to be vacated. Okay, buddy. So it's just frustrating. It's no surprise Michigan State fans can't stand Michigan fans. And don't get me wrong, my buddy Paul is very reasonable, but it's so just obnoxious. They finally get a national championship, and they think they're God's gift to football. And they're back, and it is what it is. I know I'm just kind of ranting right now, but Khalif, Jordan, these guys, general manager, former assistant coach, show clause penalties, and then Tucker was given a 3-year order like he's going to find a job anyway. So comment below. Tell me what you guys think. As I said, I think it's frustrating. I think it's stupid. Penn State game, they're probably going to lose that game. They're probably going to lose out, and then guess what? They might give Jonathan Smith another year. He might say, look, they vacated all my wins because that idiot before me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you right now about Michigan State football. Do we, do we right now see light at the end of the tunnel? I will tell you right now, if we're not at rock bottom, we are pretty dang close. We are pretty dang close. And the question becomes, when are we going to hit it and we're going to start climbing back up? And is that going to be under Jonathan Smith, or is it going to be under someone else? I don't know. Comment below. Would love to hear from you. But what are your thoughts on these sanctions by the NFL, or by the NFL, the NCAA? What are your thoughts moving forward for the Spartans? Would love to hear from you. I'm usually optimistic, but I'm just frustrated right now. I do have hope for the Spartans in the future. I truly do. But the question is, who's going to be at the helm? Who's going to be the captain of the ship? And what is that going to look like? So again, I'm assuming they can appeal, but it seems like as well, it seemed like it kind of bartered and figured this out. I'm sure the penalty was going to be worse. Everything was going to be worse, but who knows? Comment below. Comment below. What do you think about this? What do you think about the program moving forward? Would love to hear from you. We will talk later. Hang in there, Spartan Nation. Peace.